House of X Powers of 10, Chapter 12. Charles Xavier is at that fair, and he's approached by Moira MacTaggert. Charles asks if she's enjoying the fair, and she says she should be but isn't, and she asks if he's enjoying the fair, and he says that he shouldn't be but is. He needed this little ray of sunlight today, and Moira feels bad that she's about to ruin it. She asks why he's having such a great day, why he's smiling, and he's like, it's because he's had a dream of a better world and his place in it. And Moira's like, your dream is real, read my mind, I'll show you. Year 1000. The librarian enters the nature preserve where they keep the mutants, and he's attacked by one, but his augmented machine mind is way too advanced to be caught off guard by a mere mutant. Logan tells the librarian they attack him because they want to be free, and the librarian thinks it's ridiculous, because these mutants have never known freedom in the first place. But Logan tells them about freedom. He fills their heads with stories of rebellion and uprising so that they can break out of here someday. But the librarian says that day's not coming, their time's up. He's only here for Moira to ship her off planet. This is his plan. He wants to make sure that Moira never dies, or at least doesn't die before he, the librarian, becomes one with the Phalanx, because the Phalanx exist outside of space and time. So if Moira were to die right now, the timeline would be reset, but if she dies tomorrow after the librarian gets absorbed by the Phalanx, it doesn't matter anymore, because the Phalanx will always know Moira X's plan. He tells them, you were supposed to be the future, not us. You were the evolutionary inevitability, and yet you never really even saw us coming. You feared machines all along, but we only used technology to buy us time to get to this point. And you never saw this point coming. How could you defeat the enemy you never even saw coming? Logan kills the librarian. And now he'll never become a part of the hive mind, and now Moira and Logan know the enemy they face 1,000 years into the future. Logan looks to Moira, she knows what's coming next. Logan kills her and lets her be reborn, and that was the 6th life of Moira X. Back to Moira and Charles at the fair. Charles now knows that the mutants always lose, and he's crushed. She kisses him. She says, you are the same man in every life, and I love you. But you have to change. I have to break the hope you have in humanity. It's time you wake up from your dream. Yesterday. This is the day before the first meeting of the Quiet Council, and Moira is delighted that the mutants have established a government. They tell her everyone in the council, and they tell her Mystique only joined if they promised to bring back Destiny for her. And Moira's like, you can't do that. There can be no precogs on Krakoa looking into the future. Charles says he knows that. Basically, they promised her something that they're not going to give her. Someday all the mutants deserve to know the truth that they've always lost in every other scenario, but they don't need to know that right now, especially because right now, they are winning, and that's all because of Moira. But now it's time for Eric and Charles to lead, and for Moira to take a step back and stay alive so that the timeline doesn't reset, because what they've made is wonderful, and they're willing to die for it. And if they die, they'll raise each other back up. Let the humans see what real mutants are.